Give me the receipt.
I don't have a receipt.
Then you can't get it. I need the receipt.
Okay. I should come here every day. So you're telling me some bullshit, Andrew. I'm gonna call corporate and I'm gonna send this video.
You think I give a fuck?
Okay,
Like
Andrew.
genuinely, like you
Okay.
think I give a fuck? Like
Okay.
honestly, like
First of all,
record
he
this,
brings me the wrong
record
cups of
this,
cup.
record this.
I'm recording
Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Oh, now you're getting out of line.
Yep, you saw the title. You already know what this video is about. We're talking about retail, baby. Let's go ahead and jump straight into it, and then you can kind of apply a lot of this to just working rag, quote unquote, regular jobs in general. But, I got about 9 years of retail experience. First ever job was in retail, like a lot of people, like I can imagine was. But even so, it feels like not enough people done a damn retail job with the way they be, with the way they be treating retail workers and shit. Especially anything that's involved in any type of serving of food, restaurant type of thing or whatever. But just in general, that sales, whatever. I done worked at a lot of places. I worked for 2 movie theaters. Oh damn, excuse me. Woo! Oh yeah, I have to let that shit out. Woo! Let that shit fly, boy. Woo. Anyways, back to the topic. See here, I worked at Kohl's, worked at Home. It's like a department store. Worked at Home, no, not Home Depot. I worked at Office Depot. Yeah, Office Depot. Worked at Spirit Halloween multiple times because that's seasonal. And then they, done like volunteer stuff. I worked at a few other places too. It can't come to mind, but I definitely remember working at those very vividly. But anyways, so one thing I've noticed in working at these places, you really like it's good to do this. Like everybody should work retail, work at a restaurant at least once in their life. So that you understand, so that people understand, like, because, these industries are very, very important in, like, the economy and just regular everyday life, getting goods and stuff like that. But a lot of people do not understand just how hard it is or how hard it can be. The jobs themselves can often be very simple, but there's a lot of shit that goes into them that makes it very difficult. And just seeing the way that, retail employees get treated. Like we've all seen the videos of just employees getting harassed by people wanting to fight them, getting angry over things they can't control, or just over little mistakes. Any little mistake they get, like people get so mad at them, or it could just be something so incredibly small, like it'd be like the way you greeted somebody working there, and they're ready to just do everything in their power to try to just ruin your day, or they want to fight, or they want to do this, they want to do that, want to cause you to lose your job, or ruin, what I'm saying, whatever the fuck, and then they feel like they can just do this because it's like one thing I've noticed is that when you put on that uniform and people see you, like they don't see you as a regular person no more. It's like a lot of the people that come in, they just see you as, like when you worked at these places, they just see you as beneath them. Like you're no different than dirt, especially if they're, they'll come in there and they think they big shit because, they might have a job that pays them very well, or they got whatever going on, and they just see you as beneath them. You know what I'm saying? They like, yeah, look at you, motherfucker. You out here working this shitty ass job. I'm over here working a good job. So, I'm gonna treat you like dirt. I don't give a fuck. Like, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? And they'll just treat you like garbage. And it's like a lot of people, it's probably because like they'll do this because like they don't understand what it's even like. And it's like everyone knows, I think, has a baseline idea of what, be going on when working for these places. You know what I'm saying? It's been portrayed very well throughout media and all these places. Like it's a real shitty job. Like, anybody that's like worked in like a restaurant or served food in any capacity, like all the shit that you got to do, making sure all these, making sure everything stays clean, having the work with a certain amount of speed, being understaffed, but still expected to, move faster. what it's like to work just long ass shifts with like no break, people constantly like, you know, the problems constantly happening, you know, higher ups expecting more and more and more out of you, and you not a really, and you know, and you don't really got no sway or say over nothing, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, people cursing you out, people doing this, and you just having to kind of sit back and take it and shit like that. And because, you know, if you retaliate in any way, it could cost you your job and whatnot. So you're not able to handle it how you may want to. Like, I know what it's like. I remember working at, you know, doing stocking and stuff like that, and having to be in the back, you know, getting stuff ready to come out onto the store floor. And like, I remember getting up, you know, waking up at like 5 a.m, sometimes earlier, get up there. And then like, sometimes I would be like the only person loading up the truck, like unloading the trucks. Everybody else is out doing something else or just not doing shit, including the higher ups. And you just kind of stuck there doing the shit by your damn self, lifting heavy ass shit and whatnot. And they only want to come out and help once all the heavy lifting has been done, including the higher ups. And you just not allowed to say shit about it. Then been, you know, cursed out by people, been threatened by people over extremely little things and shit. Getting in the fights, getting in the heated arguments or whatever with coworkers, and just all this extra shit is just that shit that's just so stressful, you know. And then your intentions be pure the whole time and just trying to get through the day, get things done, and then just everything just feels like it's just everything that could go wrong goes wrong, you know. Working at the movies, like I remember, you know, had times having to clean up human feces. Like I'm talking like within my first 3 days working there, cleaning up vomit, you know, getting blamed for stuff that had nothing to do with you. People getting mad because they had a minor inconvenience and they just want to take it out on someone because they think since they paying money that they can just treat people however they want. And that's what I'm saying. I like, and it's especially crazy because I'm sure some of them do have experience of working behind the counter. You know what I mean? But still just be on that bullshit. And it's like, you know, I was raised up like, yeah, you know, you respect people at their jobs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't look down on them or treat them bad. Cause I mean, one, you know, they might mess with your shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially like, yeah, people be playing with fire, messing with people like that's fixing your food. It's like, bro, they can do anything to your shit. And then you wouldn't even know, you know what I'm saying? And then suddenly you get a big ass fucking tummy ache because they fucking stuck your burger inside another employee's asshole, and then you eat an asshole burger. You know what I'm saying? And you wouldn't even know. And shit like that. So people got to be careful when you doing that. And to try to you know, fuck with people at your own risk. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, a lot of these people clearly do not understand what it's like. And then like, it's like, you don't know how hard something is until you've actually done it. And that's definitely me, you know, and I'm glad despite some of the bullshit that's happened, I'm very grateful for the experience of having done all these different jobs, because it teaches you a lot about the world. And you know, being social and like because you're basically forced to have to be social and do all these things and shit like that, and interact with the world and see things for what they are in reality. And, you know, it's a different thing when you actually on the other end of that stuff, you know. And a lot of people just don't get that. They don't understand how tough it can be. You're just getting slammed and constantly just more and more shit coming your way. And whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And then sometimes not even for like, you know, some of these jobs don't even like pay well or pay well enough for what they asking you to do and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? It teaches you a lot about people, you know, not just the customers, but the people that you work with. And then even the people that are like, you know, that you have to answer to, your bosses and their bosses and stuff like that. You learn a lot about how the corporate world works. You learn a lot about just how people interact in general. You get to see a lot of different kinds of people and stuff. You also get to see a lot of the stupidity of people. Like, man, I didn't encounter some of it's like people, it's like a lot of people, when they come into these places, it's like their brain cells just turn to mush. Like they just go into a whole nother direction. Like they just, it's like a fucking hole just forms in their head, and all the brain cells just start leaking out, and there's nothing to plug the hole, or just magically gets plugged up after they leave. But for the duration of the time there, they just turn into the dumbest motherfuckers imaginable, man. Like the amount of people, they'll be like, oh, where's the bathroom? Standing right in front of the bathroom. And this ain't just like the elderly or little kids. I'm talking about full able-bodied adults in their primes, allegedly. Can't turn around and see that they're right in front of the bathroom. Like I remember there was a girl, she was there with a boyfriend one time, and she was like, hey, so is the bathroom right there? And then she's pointing directly at the sign. I was like, yeah. I just nodded my head, and then the boyfriend was like, yeah, of course the bathroom's over there, babe. And it's like, and I just walk away, but I'm like, in my head, I'm like, so you basically, I guess you just want to open your mouth and say something, I guess, because it's like, you're literally pointing to the bathroom. You literally pointing to the damn bathroom. Like you see where it is. You didn't even have to ask me. It's like, what did you think? Or it'll be like in the lobby. They'll be like, is there a bathroom over here? And shit like that. And it's like in the lobby be small as shit. And it's like, you be wanting to say something sarcastic, like, yeah, like, oh, yeah, just hit the 4 panels on the wall in this sequence, and like, yeah, a bathroom will just magically appear. It's like, no, brother, there ain't no fucking bathroom out here. Trust me, we make the sign big and colorful and bright so that everybody can see it. Trust me, there was a bathroom out here, you wouldn't even have to ask. You'd already see it. You'd already know. Trust me, you would already know. Oh my goodness. And then, also working, you understand the value of like teamwork, because you can't do everything by yourself, nor would also you wouldn't want to have to do all this shit by yourself. But I know plenty of people, including myself, have been in that position where you were pretty much forced to have to take on a lot of the job by yourself. But specifically working in a team, you get to understand, like, like how just one weak link can really fuck it up for everybody. Just have one lazy motherfucker or one dumbass motherfucker on your team, and they can just ruin it for everybody. Like, working at the theater and shit like that, it's like you'll have like one person not pulling their weight when like cleaning the theaters and stuff like that, and that can just ruin everything. One person not communicating or whatever, just fuck up the whole system and shit like that. And you also get to learn just how petty people are and shit like that. I've had people try to like go off on me, try to intimidate me, threaten me over the smallest of littlest of things for like no damn reason at all. Or like I remember one time I was with one of my co-workers, and they was like, and motherfuckers was like, oh yeah, our seats are dirty, you guys come clean our seats. And it was like, we over here panicking. He's like, we can get in trouble if we not making sure them theaters are 100% clean, because they can like write a review, and or they go tell, all this shit can happen. So we go up there, and then it's not even like there was one like little small grease spot. And it was from, and I think it was from like the spot had just occurred. It was all like we had already cleaned up in there. It was left by somebody else, like just like that just happened. It was probably them that left the shit there, honestly. And shit. But like really small, like they had us thinking like, oh man, like they see like how did we, like we thinking, oh man, how did we forget this spot? But no, we did a good job cleaning that shit. They just wanted to be petty, and that's because they were mad about something that happened in concessions with like they order or whatever earlier. Like they were yelling at another coworker. They were yelling at like he was even yelling at the GM, all this shit about it. So they just wanted to be petty for the sake of pettiness and shit like that. You get that plenty. You get that plenty. Like you get to see just true human nature in its purest, rawest, and worst of forms. Even to the point of straight up evil sometimes. Working at these places. And then you also see how like not everybody who gets a position of power is competent. You know what I'm saying? I've dealt with like really terrible managers who, instead of making things easier, just made things harder, or just trying to lighten the load for themselves, or just straight up stupid. You know what I'm saying? Who clearly don't need to be in a position. And then you see how their attitude and their work ethic and all that and stuff like that can rub off on everyone else, and it can like really reflect in the way the stores look, like disorganized and constantly scrambling and all this stuff, and then dealing with people who just don't know how to talk to people. Like, everybody's got a different style. You can't expect, not everybody's gonna be a nice person. You have to also learn that it's like not everybody is gonna be on the same type of wavelength as you. Some people are just naturally kind of mean. Some people get, you know, tilted very easily by certain things or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then you catch people on bad days, get this, you get that, shit like that. And then also some people aren't gonna, you know, you'll have like really cool employees and coworkers that are like really try to look out for you and stuff. And then you'll have ones that are straight up preying on your downfall, or constantly got some drama going on or whatever. You also learn, don't be trusting people with a lot of personal information. Cause like, you know, you'll meet some cool people, but just because they cool doesn't mean they cool. You know what I mean? Turn on your ass in a second. You know what I'm saying? But back to the whole higher ups being incompetent sort of thing. It's like, I done dealt like with even people that's like in the corporate, like all the way at the top, you know, the fucking corpo rats. Yeah. I've been playing some Cyberpunk. Fuck you gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? But yeah. The fucking corpo rats up at the top. Shit. Dealing with them and just how much, you just see how much they really do not give a fuck about the people under them. And how cutthroat they are and how incompetent they can be. Like, they'll be sending out like important emails and reports and be out here misspelling shit, got a whole bunch of grammatical errors and all this stuff. And these are like people, a bunch of them got like degrees and all this other shit. But of course, just because a motherfucker got a degree don't mean that they intelligent and shit like that. And it's like, damn, motherfucker, how did you even get this position? It's like, goddamn, you know, you dealing with these damn corpo motherfuckers. Like, shit, no wonder you be sitting there. It's like, damn, no wonder Johnny Silverhand became how he did. Like, holy shit, these motherfuckers suck, man. And then dealt with bad managers, but I've also dealt with like really good people as well. You'll meet some of the coolest motherfuckers, some of the nicest, sweetest, genuine people. And you'll even like some of these like will become like legit lifelong type of friends kind of thing too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you'll have like some really, and then like especially depending on the environment and maybe the kind of place and the people that you're working with, you can have some really fun ass times on the job. And then you'll even get, like I said, people that'll try to look out for you. They'll like, you know, they'll try to like plan, do this, do that for you and shit like that. Try to genuinely show that they care. You know what I'm saying? But you also get to deal with a lot of the corpo or corporate politics and shit like that. And how much they really be ripping your ass off for how much they be asking you to do. And how little you get, and you know, you're not really getting paid your worth, which is at a lot of these places. You know what I'm saying? They'll deal with that in like in so many of these places. Now, trust me, shit that you dealing with at your job, motherfuckers is dealing with that at other jobs too. Unfortunately. For the amount of stress and shit they be putting on, and then you know, constantly being understaffed and shit like that, and then you'll see why certain positions, why they can't keep people in those positions, why, you know, motherfuckers constantly leaving. You'll see people get fired for the dumbest of fucking reasons imaginable over shit that was completely out of their control, and you know, they having no sympathy for them, and have the nerve to call them weak links and shit like that. The way they be playing in people's faces, the way they, you know, you'll see like people be playing favorites. You'll see like, man, and do your you gonna work at these places, do your very best to stay out of that workplace drama, because that shit can get nightmarish real quick and can just turn and just be some really fucked up ass shit. So be very careful in that for anybody that's especially people that might be their first job but don't have a lot of job experience. Be very, and that's something you carry with you for the rest of your life, no matter where you work. Be very careful of the information you give people. You know what I'm saying? Don't be too much of an open book, and you know, make sure you getting your job done, and make sure you're playing the game. You gotta be willing to play ball and shit like that. Don't always let your intentions be known. Be very careful with the information that you give people. Make sure you own your P's and your Q's doing what you need to do to get that fucking dollar, to get that money, because that's what it's all about. That's why you doing this damn job. It's for the paper. You ain't out here to play no games. You here for the motherfucking bread, son. You here to get that livelihood. You know what I'm saying? Do that. Doing this shit for the experience. Get you somewhere else later in life. You know what I'm saying? Using it as a stepstone. You know what I mean? But also another thing about these jobs, like coming down to like the whole sort of respect thing or whatever, is that, you know, don't be looking down on people because of where they work or what they doing or whatever. Everybody is trying to make it. You know what I mean? Just because someone is like fucking working a shitty retail job or whatever in their 30s, that don't mean that they some bum or that they was lazy or that you got any right to look down upon them. Like, everybody trying to make it. Not everybody gonna be a fucking superstar and do all this stuff. And honestly, it's like, whether people want to admit it or not, there's a lot of luck involved and stuff, you know, being at the right place at the right time, knowing the right people and all that. And I'm not trying to discredit actual hard work and working smart, but, you know, there's like, if it was all about just working hard and working smart, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's people that we know that would be billionaires if that's all it took, because we all know some really hard ass workers, or we are those hard workers and all that shit. It clearly, like, you know, there's a lot of factors that go into being a quote unquote success. And, you know, success is honestly a measure of a lot of different types of things. It's not as simple as, having a lot of money and being famous or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Success, like, you know, like I remember me passing my my state standardized like test. Like, I felt like a successful motherfucker because I needed that shit to graduate and whatnot. That was a big success for me because I had to work so hard to actually do it. And it took me multiple attempts as well, you know, stuff like that. Or the fact that I got into college at all, that was a success. I may not be rich, I may not be famous, but, you know, considering what I've seen in my life, and this isn't like no boo-hoo, woe is me or nothing like that, but like, yeah, like the fact that I'm not fucking dead right now and not in jail, that is a success right there. You know what I'm saying? And then there's, and other people got similar stories. Like, and then also you got to remember that some people have it like, no matter what you're going through, there's people that got it worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never, like, people are fighting battles that you know nothing about. And at the end of the day, especially with how shitty the job market is right now, if you is out here, you got a job and you doing what you got to do for you and your people, then, you know, you doing something with your life. You know what I'm saying? We could all stand to do more. We all want more, but don't ever take those things for granted. It's like, even though it's like, even with my job right now, yeah, it'd be a lot of aspects of it that I don't really fuck with, but I'm so grateful to have a job right now, keeping me afloat, you know, keeping me on the straight and narrow and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this is just some real food for thought right here. You know what I mean? Like, really think about all these things that I've been saying right now about this stuff, you know. Because, you know, the people that's keeping the world running aren't the fucking, like, celebrities and the big wigs and all this shit. It's the people that's, you know, going in to work every day, you know, whether it's blue collar, retail, whatever. We the ones, like, you know, in the day, they the ones keeping the world running and shit like that, doing a lot of the stuff that most people don't necessarily want to do, but, you know, we get up and do anyway. You know, it's like doing this shit, anybody can do it, but not everybody can really do it. You know what I'm saying? So I always be so patronizing. You'll see, like, they be doing like ad campaigns and shit. They'll have like an actor like Terry Crews or whatever come on, like, yeah, working at Amazon or wherever for a day and shit like that. And then, you know, everybody smiling and doing this because they're like, ha ha ha, yeah, isn't it so great to work here? It's like, nah, motherfucker, that ain't how niggas be looking most of the time working at it. And you can just get up and leave this shit whenever you feel like it, or like, oh, you do a little something for one day and then your shit done. Motherfuckers got to get up here, waking up at 5 in the morning every day to do this shit, son. You know what I mean? Getting called in and just all the shit that come with it. So, yeah, I fully encourage everybody to work a job like this. You know what I'm saying? Really, really see what it's like. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong. There are people who are like, you know, people who are like employees that'll be like, who just be assholes or be lazy, don't want to do shit and whatnot, or being dickheads. Like I remember one time I went to go get some Jack in the Box late at night, and I was real nice to the dude. Just, you know, said my order nice and clear. You know, told him thank you, and the motherfucker like he looked at me like I stole his lunch money, and then like he like pushed the bag into my chest and was like giving me the death stare. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what did I do to you? I was like, man, like, I don't need you to kiss my ass or nothing, but like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But it's like, you know, but like but more times than not, I be seeing like people being assholes to the employees. Like I remember like, there was like this Sonic, like this dude, the black dude that worked at Sonic, there was like these people giving him a hard time about like these drinks or whatever, and then like he just snapped. He was like, man, I was like, dude, like call corporate, call him. I don't give a fuck, man. I don't give a fuck. Like, fuck y'all. You know what I mean? And then they was trying to press him and all this other shit. It was like, man, he me right now. We all, everybody that's worked in that shit has always wanted to do something like that. You know what I mean? But of course, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we ended up getting fired for that shit, because, you know, more times than not, they kiss they kiss the customer's ass on that shit. But anyways, that's my rant and my thoughts. Maybe I'll make a part 2 to this at some point or whatever. But I just wanted to get that out today. You know what I mean? Like, my goodness, I done said that way too many fucking times. Sound like a damn Boondocks character. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know, just my 2 cents for the day on all that. So, you know, really take into consideration, you know, next time you go to retail, before you think about being a dickhead to the motherfucker making minimum wage, making your sandwich or ringing you up or whatever, you know, you just think about that. You ain't got to kiss nobody ain't be kissing and hugging everybody, but just, you know, just be a dignified person. You know, and I done had a lot of great interactions with people, like genuinely good interactions talking to people. Like, I done met some really cool motherfuckers, like customers, had some really memorable interactions, like that'll like, you know, it's done happen. I'll be like, man, that was good, man. That was good. But yeah, that's all I got to say on that. So, you know, yeah, share your retail stories in the comments section if you got them. But, hey, I'm out once again. Be good to people, and most importantly, be good to yourself. I'm out.